Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. STAAR Algebra 1 2017, questions 31 through how many ever I finished through the end of the video. Yeah, let's get started. A student used f of x equals 5, the exponential function basically, to show how the balance in the savings account will increase over time. What does 5 represent? The interest the savings account earns for the first year, the annual interest rate of the savings account, the number of years the savings account has earned interest, the starting balance of the savings account. So basically exponential functions, we know that the 5 on the outside, the number on the outside is the initial balance. So our answer is D, starting balance. 5, the number on the outside is always the initial balance of the savings account in exponential function. It's like a given rule sort of. That's how exponential functions are. Number 32. The graph of a function is shown on the grid. Which ordered pair best represents the location of the y-intercept? So if it's a y-intercept, the x value would be 0 and the y would be something, right? So we know our answer can't be A or D. So it has to be B or C. So if we look at this, our y-intercept does not even pass close to 1/3, it only passes the x-axis of 1/3. So if you look closer here, we can see it indeed does pass at -2. So our y-intercept is D, -2. Oops. Researchers in Antarctica discovered a warm sea current under a glacier that is causing the glacier to melt. The ice shelf of the glacier has a thickness of approximately 450 meters when it was discovered. The thickness of the ice shelf is increasing at an average rate of 0.6 meters per day. What function can be used to find the thickness of the ice shelf in meters x days since the discovery? So we know for sure this is an exponential function. It's not an exponential function. My bad. We know this is like a function, right? It's decreasing. If we look at the answer choices here, it's kind of decreasing at an average rate of 0.6, right? I think it's A, because if you think about it, it wouldn't be C because it's not increasing at 0.6. It's decreasing. B and D kind of don't really make sense. So yeah, it's A. Number 34. What is the positive solution to the equation 0 equals -3x squared minus 3? This is another way to solve, it's another way to solve for these type of equations when they don't have the x squared plus 2x plus 1, it doesn't have that middle value. You would have to factor them out. 1/3 equals 2 x squared minus, not 3, 6. So x squared minus 6 is equal to, hold on. Oh yeah, so 1/3 into x squared minus 6. Wait, oh, not 6. My bad. It's not 6. It's actually -9 because 9/3 equals to 3. Not 6/3 equals to 2, not 3. So my bad, it's -9. So this x squared minus 9, we can factor this out even more. We're not done here. X squared minus 9, that's a perfect square formula. So if we factor that, it's x plus 3 into x minus 3 is the answer. This is a formula that you guys learned. A squared plus b squared, a squared minus, it was a formula that you guys learned. I think it should be in the formula chart here. if I'm not wrong. No, actually, it's not in the formula chart, but this is a really good formula, helpful formula. So the positive solution is 3. Oops. Number 35. Oops. Okay. The amount of fertilizer in a landscaping company's warehouse decreases at a rate 3% per week. The amount of fertilizer in the warehouse was originally 78,000 cubic yards. What function models the amount of fertilizer in cubic yards left after W weeks? It decreases, so you know that it's 1 minus 3, 0.3, because we obviously have to change this into decimal form, right, for exponential functions. So we know it decreases, so it can't be D, because D is basically saying it increases. So it can't be B or A, because those don't make sense. It has to be C, because it starts at 78,000 and it decreases, because when you're doing exponential functions, you have to subtract from 1 minus the percentage to a decimal, of course. So 3% to a decimal is 0.3%. So 1 minus 0.3% is 97.97, and this is how your exponential functions look. So 35 is C. What is the equation of a line that passes through the point -2, 7 and has a slope of 0? So if it has a slope of 0, it would mean that the answer is going to be like y equals something, right? Because if a slope undefined is when x equals something. So if a slope of 0 is a horizontal line, okay? So we know that it can't be A or C, or A or C, yeah. So we know our answer has to be D, because if we look at the y coordinate, it's 7, because we know it's in the y-axis, right? So our answer is, oops, 1 second. Yeah, so it's D, number 37. What ordered pair is in the solution set of y is greater than or equal to 1/3x plus 4? So, there's actually many ways to do this. We can just actually graph this line right here and just look at the points. So 1/3x is, we start from 4. Hold on, let me pause the video, graph the line, and let's see if we got the same line. So I graphed the line here. So let's look at point 1. -6, 1. That doesn't really fall in the line because the line goes like this. I kind of just messed up here. So it's not A. B, -1, 6. -1, 6. That indeed does fall in the line, so it's a maybe. Let's double check. 6, 1, and 6, -1. That is not in our line. 1, -6 is not in line. So our answer is B. Number 38. So, oh yeah, which table does not show y as a function of x? So, when we're solving for like which does not show, so which does not meaning we don't want it to be a function. So which does not, which like one has the x values repeating. So if we look here, we can see that C has the x values repeating here because -0.2. It's not a function when the x values repeat. Number 39. I'll probably stop at 40 for today. A projectile is launched into air to the air from the ground. The table shows the height of the projectile ht at different times. Right here, based on the table, which function can best be used to model the situation. So we know, if we just look at this answer choice right here, we know that this is a quadratic function because of this squared. So what we can do, just to make this easier on ourselves, is that we can plug all these numbers into stat, and then we can we can solve for it like that. If we plug in all these numbers to stat, then we would get our answer choice. So if we plugged in our numbers, we should have got B.